day, so let's stay focused on the afternoon, councillors. I'm sure you will have problems. We have no apologies. Can we move on to the reflectional words of wisdom? Councillor Ferguson.
Yeah, well, quick reflection, and just probably I'll put it down as COVID-like reflection. And one of my favourite verses, I'm going to read part of it here, but time decides who you meet in life. Your heart decides who you want in your life. And your behaviour decides who stays in it. And you just reflect on that. So that just, I'm going to read the last few paragraphs of a verse written by Hilary Galcock. She's an English Roman Catholic author from 1870 to 1953. And this just regards this poem I read out on my 50th birthday. So I just felt it visage me, something telling me about me, and this is what I think. I'm only going to do the last part and go on about the North people, the South people. This is about what that is a key. And it goes on to say, a lost thing could I never find, nor a broken thing mend. And I hear I shall be all alone when I get towards the end. Who will there be to comfort me, or who will be my friend? I will gather carefully and make my friend, men and such a fool. They watch the stars from silent poles, thickly cloud view. I then, in the God, South Country, the King Country, my poor soul shall be. If I ever become a rich man, or if I ever grow old, I will build a house with a deep thatch to shelter me from the cold. And there shall the Suffolk songs be sung and the story of Suffolk told. I will hold my house on the high wall, within a walk of the sea, with a carpet. And then men that was always know the Lord shall sit and drink.
Sorry, sorry, I don't need any longer.
I actually put it out yesterday.
Nice. Okay, moving on. During today's meeting, is there anything on your item that you council have a conflict of interest? The other council?
Can I just ask a question? If Councillor Johnson is declared an interest, is he still able to take part in any discussion, or the meeting just can't vote?
Do you want to answer or do you want to answer? It's going to be the same answer.
May not be for you, Your Worship. It's actually up to Councillor Johnson himself to decide his level of interest and conflict, and whether it's appropriate for him to take in the discussion and ultimately the vote. The advice from the Auditor General would say or indicate that if you are a member, or on a board of an organisation where a decision, particularly a financial decision, is going to be made, then the advice would be that you step aside from both the discussion and the vote. Remain in the room. So that would be the advice of the Office of the Auditor General, but ultimately it's actually up to Councillor Johnson to make it.
Particularly some big modern
You're up to just know.
Moving on, we have confirmation of minutes of the Otorohanga District Council. Sorry, I lied. We're going to public forum for that. For Stella, the university, for 5 minutes.
Good afternoon, Your Worship, fellow councillors and council committee. I still have a passion for our region. And I see in the paper the other day that
Hamilton Airport, Ross Wilmington is trying to get Hamilton as an international airport. I think this council has got to support that 100%. I was privileged to be on the first inaugural flight and referred to Coolangatta, 18, 19, not 18, 19. And I got to Brisbane and went down the main street of Brisbane, and all the airlines officers fly to Hamilton, Air New Zealand to Hamilton. I went directly to the head office of Air New Zealand in Brisbane. I said, "You're misleading the public. You don't fly direct to Hamilton. No, we fly you to Auckland, and we commuter you down to Hamilton." Well, anyhow, that's okay. Getting back on the plane, Hugh Wilson, first, he upgraded me. He said, "I begin to believe you're doing good work for us." And we got upgraded to first class. And he also had a deputation to the council that about a week later, and I think he was, we took him to the Kiwi House, and I think there was a Kiwi named after Hugh Wilson. So that's the story of it. I hope that your council will fully sit behind Hamilton as an international airport. When the bubble is left with Australia. Maybe we should look at a bubble with, like, Kimberley has sister towns, Kimberley has a sister town. We should have sister towns too, in Australia. I've got some, and I can leave it at your guess, idea of the Sunshine Coast. My wife comes from the Sunshine Coast, and a lot of people do the Sunshine Coast. And they've got the Australian Zoo just down the road. We've got one of the best neighbourhood parks in New Zealand here. And we've got the limestone formations, we've got the lakes and rivers and beautiful forests like the rest of the magnificent King Country. And there's a lot more here than the caves. I've had experience when people didn't want to go to the caves, they wanted to go out and see where Otorohanga was born. But I did go to the caves in the end, and there's a lot of history. When you go down to the train on Wellington, they talk about Napoleon of the South. And as I said, a lot of people, one German girl didn't want to go to the caves. I said, "What's your job in Germany?" She said, "I'm a funeral director." And she was interested. I took her around to Solomon Nelson and Mary who were undertaker wasn't there at the time. And Solomon Nelson told the procedure of the Mary funeral thing. And she was very impressed. So I hope you take that aboard, but also Kiwi Rail. Now Kiwi Rail won't be probably, I'm waiting for to say they're going to announce the restarting of Kiwi Rail sometime this week. But where the commuter, that's where I come into, there's commuter rail when we're going to start from Hamilton to Auckland. But the August service is probably November now. I think we should be promoting to come down to Kikwiti, bringing people down to the cave. Up until 2012, we used to do a cave in Kiwi just because people coming on the train. That's when the train went both ways each day. There's a lot of people coming down from Auckland, seeing the caves, Kiwis, and back in the same bed that night. Over 1 million people live within 50 kilometres of Auckland. We've got to cut to the New Zealand market. So I've still got to, in our town and country, we have opportunity to meet people on a one-to-one basis. We must greet them with a smile and put a glow in their day, encourage them to stay in the region. Consider the tourist subject as a selling experience, not things as a machine produced by people. If you produce a bad experience, you can't put a stop to that shipment. Or it has happened. It is too late. Help them everywhere we can. Remember the people we are remembered by visitors long after memories of our lakes, the mountains and geysers and glowing crater tables. So that's my submission to your council, sir. I'll leave these with your, to promote in country and proud of. I get quite upset when I read the Waikato Times. Otorohanga, Tigwidi, town of Waikato. I rang them up the other day and I was really worried. And they said they're going to make sure that when they refer the towns of Otorohanga and Tigwidi are king country. Just a footnote, the train ride in Otorohanga in 1889, the cave manager rode into town to get his mail from Otorohanga, and he rode back with a tourist, not on the same horse, of course. And then the tourists rode back and stayed at the Headed Hotel, stayed the night, and then caught the train back to Auckland the next day. I've been trying to get hold of the manager of the temporary manager of the cave, tourism holdings cave, given that story so neighbours will reenact it, riding the horse to Waikato. Get the public people. And I said to one reporter, I'm willing to push a wheelbarrow down up and down this main street, put out on the map. So thank you for your time, sir, and council.
Thank you. Right, moving on, confirmation of minutes from Otorohanga District Council meeting 20th May 2020. It was a true meetings with the usually second with Councillor Nelson, second Councillor Jeffries, or Taylor.
Just one question, I might page 4, item 7, there's going to be an amendment to the investment policy. Has that still been moved on?
Sorry, Councillor, what was the question?
Amendment to investment policy, in the last line says that following discussions in the amendment.
So, hopefully what you'll find later on is where it was discussed again. So page 6, it's picked up again, where the finance manager presented 2 options and then it was resolved which one we went with.
Okay, big about
Got
it.
it. Got that, yeah.
I think it was in the Zoom commission.
That was it. Thanks, Brian.
I'm not sure whether I can pull this up now. On page 8, in the middle of the item 67, item 66, package of proposal. I asked the meeting, but I understand we don't have an insurance to protect councillors. To provide liability and protection for councillors.
It's bullet point 4. Yeah, doing session. That last note.
Through you wish, I think that councillors asked you believe that you asked a question about whether there was liability, is that right?
I did, yes, and I was told no.
Oh, okay, so you want that reflected in there?
Well, I have never worked on a board or council that doesn't have protection for the.
So we do.
You do have insurance. It doesn't mean you can do wrong, but.
Yeah, perfect, yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say. There are certain conditions obviously around whether the insurance would cover. So if council believes it made a prudent, informed decision, then that would be covered, but if not, and it was irresponsible or negligent, then it wouldn't be covered. So, yeah, all right.
And on page 7, in the middle of it, Middle Cape City Council may by resolution make exception for the requirements of the above paragraph, which is whether they will actually undertake its own investigations or studies at the extent and it speaks the full cooperation of the borough and the association. I thought you were always investigate. It says that you don't have to.
Yes, it is.
It's okay.
What that was,
I think Councillor Freddie Worship is asking a question around, this one here, we may make by resolution an exception, and I think Councillor is asking, wouldn't you always do that, due diligence? Like,
Yes, that's right. I'd be a little aghast to think that, council staff wouldn't do due diligence around anything of that company.
but it's saying that you would, but only by council resolution, would you not? That's what it's saying, that's the petition.
Yeah. I just thought you would always.
So, yes, the rest we decide when we not to start doing it.
But that would be
Done.
forward. That would be forward. Okay.
can't really.
Any other points? Thank you. Moving on then, we received the minutes of the Otorohanga Community Board dated 3 June 2020. Moving the second first, please. Councillor Wilson, second. Any matters or corrections? No corrections, but just matters through votes. So we do the
Yeah, so through you, so the one, the body that make the correction for is the
So,
community board itself. So, yeah,
correct, yeah.
that's what we.
Moving on to item 72, my verbal report, it's brief, last meeting was a very short time ago. Following the Queen's birthday weekend on the 3rd of June, I had a third more development trust meeting. The 4th of June, Graham came on myself at a Zoom meeting with Trevor and Stuart, the home discussion which will be given today. First meeting with the new Waikato Clan leadership group was held under new governments that week also. 5th of June, we had a couple of some concerns that they wanted to bring to the mayor. Letter of support was supplied for the group in Waikato Futures, and that was in light of tourism holdings getting the format of I believe that there wasn't, I suppose, the funding opportunity at that stage for the more local providers. Hopefully that will come through the time in time that given the opportunity to provide their own backing. There's a whole lot of issues around that I'll discuss with a member of the gallery teams there as well. We're meeting, another Zoom meeting with CIP Corrections on the progress of Waikato Prison. A couple of things to highlight there, I suppose, that they did get held up somewhat through lockdown level 4, but that didn't proceed. And the other challenge that they'll be faced with now is where they want to build their staffing that staffing times that primarily Australian employees that actually can't do it through what's being closed. So I'm sure there'll be further hiccups there in terms of getting the construction process. Hitting the timelines that were originally proposed, but we're doing the best I think at this stage. Expect an extension on the delivery date. Yesterday I had a Nawai Waipaka governance meeting. It's very good as an annual meeting we have with councillors that are in the Waipaka and to discuss obviously further working together in collaboration and what's happening in Waipaka. And meeting with Lewis School here yesterday on some good school. And then we had a later Zoom meeting someone not listening to school, but looking at school signs, looking at the 65 km/h speed sign on the corner, and going to speed past the person's school, losing control and crashing in the car park area of the school at the time. So, yeah, not a nice incident. Obviously, the father and the children of the trustees get pretty alarmed for what was going on. I think the sad thing about that is regardless of what signage you put there, if someone's not going to abide by maybe weather conditions and speed indicating corners and the fact that it's a school, it's a street. So it's just it's really unfortunate. So we hope that we can look at some ways in which we can never alleviate but eliminate the possibility, not even cut down the possibility. Yeah, there's lots of even we were talking on Andreas to the meeting with me about different music in place, but what works with the school, what works with the current model of the strengths, and I suppose what the government policy is going to be in 6 months. But there's no doubt over time we use models that we can ensure this. And that goes for all the rules. You know, it comes down to the 60k speed of the rules across the country, and whether it's slow down, what do you do next?
Or, you know, I was just going to ask, what sort of discussion about the water? With white power and money and
it's really an informal discussion around obviously like area planting, work that goes on in terms of what to take out of white irrigation. I think that is white power. As much as anything, it's just, and even those stories go into other environmental issues and social issues in the white area as well. It's an opportunity for the likes of Otorohanga, white power, and Waikato Council, along with regional councils, and listening to the stories, what they have to say, and us saying what we're doing within our industry. So it's not principally around water, but I mean, one part that was addressed is that we will be doing water testing on the quality of cleaning Lake Telford. That is one of the initiatives in place, and a lot of us, co-governance agreement will be about, I suppose, implementing some of those quality measures and use actually undertaking the purpose of management.
So then, if someone wants to take out does regional council think about that too, or is it only a regional council?
I'm not sure if I was answering the question.
Yeah, well, I might not be, Andrew might be, but yes, I would expect that there are provisions in the RMA for iwi engagement around water takes. So, Andrew, did you have anything?
The issue we've got from Waikato and the Waikato Basin is that it's over allocated by the measures that the regional council use. And then within the water take mechanism, there's a hierarchy of uses. So, for example, that's why auction is getting prioritised at the moment, because even the water supply food was the highest priority. Up to that, improving air function for that.
Just a quick question. There was a discussion only based around the white power and so on. Was there any discussion on water quality of streams and so on?
Okay, moving on to item 73. Here we are, so getting report.
Yeah.
So, Brandon, would you like to take a stand?
Good afternoon, Your Worship, elected members, staff and all. Thanks for taking the time to hear my submission on behalf of the Otorohanga District Development Board. I guess a phrase that we've heard many times over the past 3 months is that we are living in unprecedented times, which has necessitated the need to take unprecedented measures. The redevelopment of the Kiwi House is one such project that fits this description. There will be others, and I would encourage council and all of us to think about the opportunity this current situation provides in reshaping our future if we have the courage and the foresight to go beyond our personal comfort levels, to do what's right for our community, reinvigorate our economy, and most importantly, reaffirm our identity as the Kiwiana town of New Zealand. Through our values of a can-do attitude, generosity in time and money, which then builds a strong community spirit. As some of you may remember, I was in this room over 2 years ago in a workshop alongside elected members in the ODDB, presenting on the need for a collective vision for our district, to ensure we understood what our aspirations for our community were, and that together we were all collectively working towards achieving this. I was told at the time that we already had a community vision, which was a community where Kiwis can fly. So my challenge as I present to you today as elected members is that I hope you all prescribe to this and your actions as elected members reflect this. The Otorohanga Kiwi House is central to our town and district's identity as the Kiwiana capital of New Zealand. It serves as the centrepiece for our district as a destination for local tourism, whilst playing a nationally significant role in conservation efforts for endangered species. The redevelopment will only enhance this experience and provide benefits to the wider community. The Otorohanga District Development Board has been a long-standing supporter of this redevelopment by providing funding for the initial feasibility study. The redevelopment is well overdue, with much of the infrastructure at end of life, which is a concern from an animal welfare perspective, but more importantly, constraining growth in visitor numbers. The Invest Now option is critical to send a clear message to other co-funders that this community believes in and shares the aspirations of the Kiwi House through development to provide a sustainable tourism, conservation and education facility for the next 50 years. The lack of local support will put at risk all other co-funders, putting redevelopment at risk and the risk of closure. As a development board, we appreciate there is risk in any venture, and there will be risk in any venture. The financials provided by the Kiwi House show the Kiwi House has been profitable. The projections for visitor numbers are, in our view, sound. The only caveat being timing, with the unknown of when borders may be opened and visitor numbers return. But given the timeframes for redevelopment, the ODDB is comfortable with the longer-term financial forecast presented in the business plan. There may be some short-term risk if the visitor numbers rebuild. But if we sit back and analyse where we sit now relative to the rest of the world, it would be hard not to imagine New Zealand as a destination of choice for international visitors in the future, as we are seen as the safest country in the world. The current climate also presents a golden opportunity to invest in meaningful projects that will provide lasting benefits to the community, while short-term providing economic stimulus through the rebuild process. The current interest rate environment also allows for favourable borrowing rates, alongside a good environment with respect to labour force availability and cost of construction material. The Kiwi House needs to redevelop to support the conservation work it currently does. As I say, delaying this redevelopment puts the future of the Kiwi House in danger. The ODDB, as part of the North King Country Strategic Group, is developing a destination marketing plan to launch next month, promoting all that the North King Country offers. Be glad to hear that, Bill. This, alongside other longer-term initiatives such as a proposed cycleway to Waitomo, will not only provide awareness of what we have to offer, but also enhance and build on the attractiveness of our region as a true visitor destination experience. So in closing, as elected members, you have an opportunity to be part of creating a new, enduring legacy for your community. For me, this process has been painful to watch and, in my view, unnecessarily drawn out. Let's not waste this moment or others. Let's adopt that can-do Kiwi attitude. Let's show some leadership and build on the strong sense of community. And let's ensure we stay true to our vision to ensure our Kiwis can truly thrive. Thank you.
Thanks, Nathan. Is there any questions of council or points of clarification? Very much.
Thanks.
Now we have one other question.
Can I ask a question? I would like to know what funds have been collected from local with this project.
Well, I'm not here speaking on behalf of the Charitable Trust, but I do know that there's been $1 million raised on behalf through the Otorohanga Charitable Trust through locals to put forward as a way of loan to this project.
But not individual donations.
Not that I'm aware of, but I'm not a member of the Kiwi House. Maybe that might be directed to Joe, but
Can I ask Joe?
Yes. Can I?
Ask who?
No, it's by individuals in the community that are putting money forward to charity
specifically for that project.
project. Yeah. $50,000.
We have one more submission to be here.
Yep, she's only on the phone, so no video. Thank you.
Good.
Good to hear.
I believe our next submission is from Otorohanga. Victoria, can you hear me? Yep. Please, feel free to start once Brendan's got the.
Yep.
Yeah, go ahead with Brad. I can still hear you.
Victoria, can you hear us?
Okay, well, Victoria, I can hear you.
Oh, can you? Sorry, look, I'm trying to get Bluetooth and things sorted. I'm sitting up on the top of Stony Valley in the car. Sorry, so you can hear me all right?
Go ahead.
Are you there? Yeah, I'm not getting you very well. I guess. Can you hear me all right? Are you there? Can you hear me all right? I'm not hearing you. Look, I tell you what, maybe I should just speak and hopefully you're hearing me. I put in the submission, really it was just a little concern around, the post-COVID, okay, you can hear me. It's really the concern around the post-COVID response from the council and whether or not it was a prudent decision at this point in time to be approving a $2 million loan, whether it was for the Kiwi House or for anyone else at this point in time. but particularly for the Kiwi House, because we don't know what, I don't believe we have clear enough of an understanding of what post-COVID looks like in terms of international visitors. So that was really the point of it for me. During the lockdown, the Kiwi House, had some issues around being able to provide sufficiently for food, for the animals, I guess, and so sought some donations. Now, this is only my view. I have to say, I'm speaking for myself. I'm not speaking in this situation for the NNU, RNC, or for Maniapoto Māori Trust Board, or for Waikato Pony. This is really only my concern around, my personal concern around being homeowner in Otorohanga about, I guess, the Kiwi House's ability to service this loan post-COVID at a time where we don't have any guarantees yet around international tourist numbers. We don't have any guarantees in terms of anything really to do with tourism. So really that was my only point. I thought, well, my view is that I think we should be thinking carefully about this. I'm not saying don't approve. I'm just saying, well, perhaps it's a better idea to postpone this decision until such time as we have more clarity around tourist numbers, when the borders open, all of that sort of stuff. And I guess in terms of Kiwi House's ability to service a $2 million loan within these 2 years. I support the Kiwi House. I support the Kiwi House in terms of when it requested donations for some kai over the lockdown period. But really, this is for me about either their ability to service this loan post-COVID, but also about whether or not this really is a debt that ratepayers should be incurring for what is essentially a private business. But yeah, that's essentially what I was, why I thought sufficient. Really, I think it should be postponed until such time as we can both make that clear. Kapai? Yeah, you're coming through as a whole lot of smudgy sound.
All right, so up here. So, but thanks very much for obviously Regis session. Over the phone as well.
I'm wondering if maybe I should just have a look at the transcript when it comes out, or the recording, because I can't really hear anything that you're saying.
Ben, do you want to take that?
Yeah, so thanks, Your Worship. So really, I guess it's just the council has any questions on any of the other submittals that didn't wish to be heard, any items that they wish to raise.
Councillors. We had 17 submissions in total, I believe. There's 15 timing versus requesters being the ones who wasn't able to done, but they were in the other one as well in context. So we had 16 submissions in support, unanimously in support for going with the loan in 2 weeks' time, and one that's obviously not against, but for a delayed consideration, just for immediate consideration. I think there's pretty much universal there. The only one we did, I'm just trying to see where it's up here. On Brown Bullshire's submission. Just that last sentence, whether it's worth consideration, I'll like us to talk this as well, please. Says on the bottom line, may be prudent for the district council to have a whole member on the board of vote on the trust.
my understanding is that there is a difficulty for council member to actually represent the council on board and not be implicated. It's like when we had a person on the beach home, and they could be there in their own right, but not as a council. There are legal difficulties.
Just through giving consideration up there on this race, I think if it was suggested as a being a condition of the loan, that it would be someone that was involved in those areas and not a
That would be,
councillor.
that we have independent, not.
And someone you've got that independent back to council as well, with consideration of the
I would suggest you actually seek advice from a lawyer, because I have had experience with where that came through that it's actually legally imprudent to have a representative.
Maybe I can clarify. So, I think, the mayor is saying it wouldn't be a councillor, it would be a council appointee. So you would appoint, so, a condition of the loan could be that council appoints an independent person who isn't an elected member. So it could be someone from the community, it could be someone from outside the community to represent you on this, and therefore the conflict of interest is taken away because they're not an elected member. And they report back to you, and yeah, and with the Kiwi House Trust, or separately from that, and yeah, that could be, that's what seems to have come.
So with that, would we go out to the public asking for interested parties? So
So I suppose it's, something that we're going to consider now that the board, but if that was the case, we can leave out to look for expression of interest or shoulders of somebody new. This is something that we make. Now, I wouldn't expect it to be even in place on day one of the providing something that potentially be condition of the land.
I'd like to see expression of interest.
I think it would depend on the Kiwi House's trustee as well, as to how that's structured and what the turnover is for trustees and we have to future that would need to be redrafted. I'd be problematic.
I think most trustees that I've seen do give the trustees the option to co-op with somebody on. So I can't imagine that would be a big deal.
Yeah, I mean, it's a discussion, obviously. How it's narrow with.
The trustees are fully appointed, but there is the ability to have overview of committees for people who require skills of interest, but they would have no voting rights.
Yeah, I think it's a discussion we can have in terms of where the trust is going to be, so it's one for units, each of the trustee, consideration of size. So it's for the protection and ratepayer, and I'm not even using this kind of as one, so it's using this possibility of the loan, and so that we can get consideration for the 21st month. This is the case. So I suppose looking around, moving on from that point, there would definitely look into anything now that can some discussion will come back to the council on the 24th.
Yeah, I'm sure you wish it, but maybe I'll just give a bit of direction about what we need from you right now. So we need to know whether you actually still are intending on moving in the direction that the statement of proposal has as your preferred option, weighing up the submissions that you've received and whether your own opinion has changed on this in the course of a week or 2 weeks. And secondly, it would be useful for us for you to give us some direction on some of the terms and conditions of the loan, while not kind of, I guess, being the corporate GM or because Graham may be able to speak to some of the things that we've already considered and heard from you
because of the tight timeframes involved here, we've carried on, I guess, with consultation with the Kiwi House and our legal providers in terms of how a draft loan agreement could look. And, so there's, that's in place at the moment. We didn't believe that we get to the 25th that we were going to have time to get that in place to uplift funds on the 1st of July. So that's well underway, and that's been in negotiation with the account for the Kiwi House. So both parties are aware of what's in the agreement.
So Graham, on that, if there's these recommendations here, in terms of how that looks, again, I haven't got this in both in terms of what we're getting, but would we potentially look, so first off, I'll ask, probably this on average reason, we can write further on this. Those in favour of giving the Kiwi House loan $2 million, uplifting on the 1st of July, I think it was.
So are you putting a resolution in?
Okay, I'll try again. All in favour of us following through with resolution.
It's an indication of whether council is still of mind within the general direction of the loan. Yep, that's right.
So moving on to the Graham, if we were to do this, would you come back to council with a couple of options in terms of interest rates and levels?
Yeah, so I guess we've had discussions with how we would structure our debt as well. And I think it's important for council to understand how the LGFA works. And so the LGFA is not like a conventional bank. It's effectively they issue bonds. So they do a bond issue, I think, once a month, or they'll do what's called bespoke lending, with they'll structure a loan to the end of the lender. So when we borrow from them, they're issued bonds, and then there's investors on the other side who buy local government bonds. It's like buying government bonds. So it's kind of what's called like blue chip stock. They're incredibly secure, but low rate of return. So with that aspect, you can't borrow from the LGFA like a typical table loan that you can with a bank. So it's generally a fixed, it's either a fixed interest or a floating rate over a specific term. And so then when we raise that debt, it's what's done on what's called a discounted cash flow basis. So it's quite complex to understand. So they'll allocate like a face, it'll be like what's called a weighted average yield, which is like true interest rate that we secure the debt for. But the debt will then have a face value, which is what we pay the interest on. So that they may set the face value at 2.5%, but when we raise the $2 million, they may give us $2,100,000. That's discounted back in today's dollars, and then we amortise the discount over the period of the loan. So it's not just a matter of just taking a straight comparison in two interest rates. You've actually got to understand how the whole structure of the debt works. So when we took the Kiwi House, the loan to them was going to be on a table loan. So I think that was going to be over 2 years, but the first 2 years were going to be no repayments, no principal. Then effectively it was going to be a table loan over 8 years. So then you can ascertain what the interest payments of that table loan would be to council. Plus you can look at what our interest rate would be to the LGFA over 10 years based on what rate we can secure at the time. So the estimate was about, I think, 1.6%, so that would be 32 grand. So when you actually got to look at the interest streams over the whole term, and then make a comparison as to what the difference in interest rate is. So at a 2.95% loan to the Kiwi House and 1.6% for us, that council is actually losing money over 10 years. So then you have to take into account that we potentially could reinvest the principal because it's paid a loan, coming back, which would be one return, which would probably give us a break-even situation. And so, I hope that explains it pretty well. I know it's incredibly complex. But it's not just a matter of saying this is the interest rate you get from the LGFA, this is what we should offer. So it's not comparing apples with apples.
I think what we can comfortably say that we can look at 2-year no interest loan over a 2-year period with an interest rate of less than 3%, what was asked.
I still think they issue, and I appreciate what Brian just said, but I still think that 295 could be better than that.
So I think what we can do then, council, is come back with a couple of options and we can look at those come the 25th.
But don't forget that we're actually going to be paying the facility, so we want to sharp rate as we can get.
That's what I'm saying. So even the debt rate, it's because we're paying interest on it, and it's effectively comparing a table loan with the principal reducing.
Any questions?
I just, on where I was, I'm comfortable with it, very comfortable with it. But I don't see, you might have a clause in the agreement that we can have someone on here. But I don't see this as a necessary. I think this is a small account, and we know people that are there, and I'm getting the correct feedback. I don't see it as a necessary process.
I think if there was a clause in the agreement between us and the QES, along the lines of the because the right to, the appointment of somebody else, not necessarily me, to do it. Yeah, no, as long as we've got the right.
There is another way, and that is through something and we could ask the Kiwi House if they would, obviously that.
Probably not enough time. That's already been incorporated into the reporting back. So, in conjunction, talking with the Kiwi House of Accountants and members, is around how we're going to repay the NZ loan, what we're going to do in terms of how that loan's going to be uplifted, we're starting to get that
When you do come back with some scenarios, is it possible to have a scenario with the board use interest using?
I think what we can do, and I don't think we'll be speaking out of tune here, is like we've got the proposal here with 2-year interest rate, and there's something we can come back and read this quite clearly after 2 years, because it's still initially there in terms of where the tourism numbers are. I don't think it's really necessary to build into it at this stage, but it's certainly good luck we have to come back and revisit that be the case. And I'm sure that he does, like anyone if they're in a position to repay loans, certainly you can go the way of better in a lot of cases. So, that's open to consideration 2 years ago.
Is that something that should be built on into the agreement, because we may not be here in 2 years, and the new council may have some different ideas on that.
I suppose we're at this stage where we're following the request of what the initial loan was, and I think that is the possibility that I say it's an issue with governments, but that is what local governments felt was not people who are in charge.
I guess that advice from the bank was that, we need to, because we did look at options as to whether we could actually fund it without going to the OGFA and stuff. We could do that, but we would have to put some swap arrangement in place to protect interest rate exposure. So the bank also advised that we just take out straight in the loan with the OGFA to protect the council. So then the loan with the Kiwi House, I mean, we could it's a separate loan, so we can put more conditions in line with that. But the longer you have that interest-free period, there's obviously a contribution.
Sorry, just the stage time is just reading the last.
wondering if there's any other kind of concerns that we might need to catch specifically in the
I'd
report.
just like to thank you by thanking Graham very much for that explanation on the finance. That an insight to what's coming.
Your worship, I circulated yesterday 8 bullet points, some of which are probably not relevant now until the 25th meeting, but the first one was that, am I able just to read the first one?
We've got a role of governance around the table, and that is with recommendations we put to our staff to also the same.
Yeah, I just like to, yeah, comment on the recommendation. And, you know, real, I'll put up the next, meeting on the 25th, but, I just like to, yeah, yeah, give more notice of what the recommendation.
I'll probably just like to, while we're reading this recommendation, people probably to answer concerns of concern and anybody else that working with local government in the previous week to go through as much can be a challenge confronting and difficult task sometimes. We've gone through a process that we've had to go through here to make sure that what we're doing is and even for ourselves can improve the cost of and I think as you see when we do put this in place that come up the answer that is up and
Yep, so you wish that what I am suggesting we do is we replace the third recommendation on page 2, which is reasonably high level, to give staff an indication that you would like to proceed with making the loan. So I'm suggesting that we replace it with it is recommended that after considering submissions, council would like staff to proceed with drafting a report to make a $2 million loan to the Otorohanga. And then a number 4 that says that the report includes the following: options around interest rates and a reporting mechanism by the Kiwi House back to council. So are they the only two? I just wanted to make it clear in the recommendations that there are 2 areas of emphasis that you would like to put back in the report.
So proceeding that you've already gone through
One
already been done.
Yep.
So if everybody said with that, I'd like to move the recommendations as read by Tanya just now, following recommendations to the second of that. I think that that's all in favour. Aye. Carried. Thank you. Thanks, Graham. Yeah, look, thanks for all the work that you guys have gone to over a very, very short period of time. But it's from the outside the challenges that have been put before you. But thank you. Right, if we can move on to item 4, feeding home grant education.
Thanks for coming along.
Item 74, Council Johnson, do we just have an invitation that we are sitting in this discussion? Closing on
Well, the trustee of the Feeding Home, member, the volunteering process, and sort of did what I said in the past, so I wanted to explain my background to the council. With respect to my conversation.
Thank you, Council.
Thanks, Peter. So as Wish would have gathered earlier, Tanya and I and Max had a meeting with the members of the Feeding Home Community Trust over lockdown, seeing where they were currently at with the redevelopment. So they've given us an update, and there's a letter attached there. They've now secured just over $5.5 million towards the development of the new beach unit. So the project is, has a total cost of 7 million, so they're $1.5 million short. They've approached the BNZ for a loan, and the BNZ have given an indication that they would approve that loan. So I guess in the attached letter there, they want two things. They really want support from council for the project, and they also were looking for a grant bidder, which is specify amount, somewhere between what we would secure a $1.5 million loan and the interest rate of the BNZ that close them on the same line. So you'll see there we've sort of have done some options and some reasons why we wouldn't support a grant for the house. I've put a figure there of 30 grand for a grant, but that's because open to council as to whether they want to change that amount. So and I think this will probably need some support from council in the interim, and then can be further looked at as part of our LTP process as we go through once they get an indication of where they've secured other funding long term. I understand they're still talking to the PGF as well. That's second notice.
May not be through the PGF, but it's possible.
So do you have any discussion?
Yes. So we, first they came and wanted the loan, and we talked to them, the council talked to them about guaranteeing them with BNZ.
Yep. And
realistically, that's no benefit to them because it's 4.5. So this 30K is to offset the difference of an interest rate. So the letter attached from Trevor, what he's securing in this letter is that there's options that they can come to us for 30 around that amount every year until they've paid it off. I just don't understand why we wouldn't go out to public consultation to fund them a loan.
No, I think that's what they were asking.
And I've talked to Trevor.
The conversation that we had with them that day, at this stage, they're up to some security for the first 4 months.
But they're not even going to draw that 30K until January and February. It is purely security. And security would also be council going out to public consultation.
Richard, it's my understanding that they need to know like now for Livingston to start the work.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
they would be assured, they would, because, and even if we went out to public consultation and the answer was no, January, February, this grant could be back on the table.
So the other thing that I see for you, Richard, is they want us to leave the door open for a loan for our LTP. With the timing being early next year.
So that
Consultation process, we talking about that as well, isn't we?
So it gives us,
Yeah, it's not an option.
so it gives us plenty of time if we do need to go to public consultation next year. They've got the security started working now. We need to go next year for public consultation so that we can load us with plenty of time to do it without the pressure of giving us some kind of running the power
before February.
to put into the LTP process. Wasn't February.
January, February, then they would need to draw down a lot
This for 30,000, this 30,000 here.
to cover interest rates
Yeah.
or the loans that they would be drawing down. in January, February.
This will qualify for the BNZ.
Yeah, at 4.5%.
Yeah, but that's,
That's what the 30K is for, is the difference.
yeah, and so they'll still have the option if at some point in the future, they could then repay that BNZ grant,
I understand that. But I think if they knew, like in January and February, they might not even need 1.5.
Yeah.
But if say all along, as council supports, it does open up other avenues. So if we were going out, I see it as being proactive, going out, public consultations sooner rather than later, that there is the capacity for them to borrow 1.5 off us. They might not need all of that, but at least they know that they don't have to go to BNZ. And it was the preferred option in this place.
I think, you know, like what happened is that we got a review done by post, and so well, we've done a workshop, so this is my recollection of what happened, is that we got a review done both those proposals by Stephen Cable. When we did the big home proposal, he said, yes, good business case, well thought out, good projections, why is council involved? You know, they should go to a bank, and that was where we left it. And then Councillor Johnson was going to go back to the Kiwi House, back to the BD home and saying, no, council can borrow it. And so now all of a sudden it's kind of reverted back.
Yeah, I think part of it's stimulating our economy.
Yeah.
It's 20 guaranteed jobs.
Oh,
that wasn't the view.
that wasn't the view. And I'm just saying from a start point of view, it's all over the place, you know. So I'll just see that's needed
From the conversation that we had, we've got to take it on. This is Tony Brown and myself, the conversation we had with Stuart and Trevor, because they are more than happy with what we're and certainly have a revisit should they need it. They believed during the discussion we had that there's other avenues, potential avenues coming up. I believe there are as well. And you're right, they may not have looked at it. This stage, this level of demonstrative support, they were more than happy with them. So to hear you now saying they aren't so happy is different to what
sorry. I know I fully support this, but I think we should be looking also at public consultation before next year. Yeah, and so once again, it's quite difficult for us to align with our annual plans and long-term plans, given $1.5 and $2 million, like grants out or loans out. So we can consult. I mean, the Kiwi House one, I guess, has come just in the nick of time. We've got an annual plan that's going to be adopted next week, and so it's in there. We can do that, but just I'm not sure about whether we can run a consultation process. I don't know.
We can, but I mean, it's like.
But it's, I don't think it's necessary at this stage. I mean, we've got time to do that for the long-term plan, to build that into there, which both Trevor and Stuart are happy with. And I think we're not backing away from the request comes to us. We certainly need to go very keen. This is indicative of support here, $3,000 grant to what is, again, a case which indications are we probably shouldn't be involving ourselves. Remember, it's just out of goodwill as a council.
I think we've got to be careful here, so we're it's not just about having a cheap loan, right? Because we can secure better rates through the GFA. And as I just explained with the Kiwi House, you know, the margins aren't as great as what the interest rates are. You know, if we offer them a table loan, and a 1.5% loan from the BNZ is a very attractive interest rate. You know, and so I can't see any other reason why council should even be involved.
Actually, congratulate Vicky on actually taking responsibility for itself and taking it all in with the bank. We got good information to say that they were a down proposition. There was no other issues around it. Just the fact that the district council can get slightly cheaper money, I don't think comes into it. This is a very secure business, and its funding is not affected by COVID-19. It is government funding that comes for the individuals who stay in the residence. So we've got no negatives as a result of COVID-19. And I think we've just been supporting them, that they're taking responsibility themselves. And yes, okay, we'll give them 30,000 to help pay the interest, in the initial period. But I don't think we should be interfering anymore.
If you just get around this, so they could get there, one of the trans council.
I'll just say one more thing. So they haven't got a loan being used. They've got an indication that they could have a loan, and the interest rate could actually change, because if they secured that loan now, they would have to pay 50K in bank fees to secure it now to draw it down in January, February.
This
So,
is part of this.
yeah, so January, February, it might be not 4.5.
I understand the council different from current. I think if there was something in the LTP that flags that something might happen in the future as far as that. And we've got the special consultant process, which we can drag out at any time. That needs to wait for that. I'd be comfortable with that arrangement.
I think at this stage, council, we're waiting to see where they are in terms of any type of deadline.
Absolutely. What I'm trying to say is if the need arises,
Yes, the need arises.
we just need to be sure
I think we're
that if we need to move it,
that's fine.
if we see.
Council person.
Oh. We are the bank. We hear great cars money doing job on it, you know, that's my first year on trying to learn. But, you know, we've just done the KBS thing, which is a stretch. It is, might be one of that. We might be in the next 6 months, another dozen things come across our desk that do $1 million. And as well, for BD Homes, 110%. There's no need for any difference what we're doing now. We give them the 30 grand now and work through the process.
Can I just read a paragraph that I there was some research undertaken a few years back that indicated that the demand for rest homes in New Zealand will increase, and that demand for high dependency services will continue to grow at a similar rate. And it says here, it's a sobering fact that over the 20 years between 2000 and 2026, New Zealand population is expected to grow by almost 20%, from 4.2 million to 5 million. Since that research was undertaken, 5 million people have been achieved since years before expected. Similar to most developed countries, the New Zealand population was rapidly aging. During the same 20 years, the population aged over 65 is estimated to increase by 84%, from 512,000 to just under 1 million. Increasing levels of dependency of the elderly in our community remaining at home leads to option frailty levels increase. So when I was with the BD Home, we recognised those trends well over 10 years ago, and with the help of the community, BD Home intends to put some place to provide the service to meet those current and future needs. So I just wanted to make sure that everyone is aware that we're not talking about the here and now. We're talking about 5, 10, 15, 20 years out, certainly 10 years out, that the demand for the services that BD Home is currently providing is going to increase. And if we can, if we as a council can help that organisation as part of the community to do its job, then we're in good.
Thank you. And I know Councillor Johnson is very confident with it.
I could probably bring it to a quick model of that. Ed, on top of my head, I don't think we could offer them in the given 4.5%. You know, if you want to live against an interest only loan against a payroll rate, we couldn't offer a better deal. So this can take into account.
I think we're quite happy with the research. I think Councillor, the point you was raising there, Councillor, 10 beds already pre-booked, and BD Home Trust with their discipline and vision site, but already exclusions made. So yeah, they're not giving up. They know that there's identified as human category that is very recent. We could go around circles for ages on this one. I think we've got a recommendation in front of us, which is the council support to fund $20,000 independent trust for 1 year to financing student loan. This will be funded from regulatory economic stimulus fund in 2020-21 financial year. Do we have a little Councillor Ferguson, second Councillor Christopher, all in favour? Thank you. And yes, it is open to further discussion for the but hey, let's see what happens with the talks with the PDU or otherwise. Thank you, Brian, again. Yeah, you put it in my head, yeah. Okay, moving on to the next item, which is item 75. Local government funding agency special federal meeting, Graham and Brendan.
Did you want to present this or So like this is just one of these resolutions that because we're I guess a shareholder guarantor of the LGFA that we have to pass, even though it in no way affects us at all, because we don't have a credit rating, we can't borrow to the point of the net total revenue that the LGFA are proposing, but a number of councils, I guess, post COVID, are right at their very deep limits, and so the LGFA have passed a resolution to extend those deep limits, so they're increasing up until 21, 22, and then decreasing back down to 280% by the end of 30th June 2026. So yeah, that's the guts of it.
Yeah, thanks, Graham. It was very exciting. I must say, I didn't actually read through that all the LGFA documents. I'm sure you will do. I suppose, like, I know that it doesn't affect us unless everybody defaults on payments.
Yeah.
And that is countries in major trouble if that happens. I suppose it does concern me a wee bit that they have these debt caps with the expectation within 4 years when a lot of council going to rates freezes or not freezing, but the whole year rates back, and then again these rates increases coming back. I just really think that these will be revisited in 5 years' time, going, hey, we can achieve what we want. Yeah, but at this stage, as a small council, overall, some of this is marginal to it.
Yeah, I guess, yeah, as our percentage, say, the issue that we're a guarantor, and they have a cost guarantee across all the participating councils. There's never been as far as I'm aware, council in New Zealand history has ever defaulted. It's something pretty close, I think, over the years, but yeah, councils are like, I guess, like government, and then it's to be secured. The government is the power tax, the council is the power rate, and so that it's pretty good security.
Just seems to me we should, some of these councils that may be borrowing and are going for more rate increase, they haven't borrowed. No rate increase borrowing. I mean, that's right. Yes. So that's the only concern I have is that it's an increase in our exposure to those loans.
Yeah.
The risk of negligible also.
Just I'm going to be
To be honest, but, I don't know. Yeah.
I guess I'd say the only thing there would be a perception issue.
Yeah.
If some of the bigger councils saw we voted against it, it might not look too favourably on us. From their point of view. Well, I'm just putting it out there.
Any discussion, councillors?
With the result that 285 to 280.
Yeah. So there's a line here. It's interesting the way they've done this table, but the CDA 3 in the resolution makes the immediate foundation policy financial covenant of 280% will apply to 25-26 year, which is the following financial year after it's moving two ways for the year. Small decision. I'll tell you, because it's agreement like report, and when we got the email from the LGFA, it had the attached council resolution from Christchurch City.
It was a sample agenda.
Christchurch
So I
City,
stole that. They wrote the agenda
so
for it.
this is the straight out of the Christchurch City, mate. So,
Good advice. Do we have a move for a second for the recommendation for us? Three. Moved by Councillor Julie, second by Councillor Thompson, all in favour? Carried. Next, guys, for the voting from the Austin School. Okay, item 76, application for temporary road closure. There will be new technical legend first.
Thank you, Your Worship, and to you, I trust that everybody has been able to read before. I think it's been standard and self-explanatory. We've had these in the past, we've had major issues. We've got a very good relationship. We have some cost up. On the road, we know issues involving the actually, it's for this, like, the usual great perspective for the district. So this question, we can just look at that road after the past year, isn't being graded afterwards. Does council do that, or does or does the health and tackle it? What normally happens is we have a summer grading schedule and the winter grading schedule. So what happens is that we tend to leave these type of roads a little bit longer for the period that they need to maintenance and come to it anyway. So whether we do them before or then they fix them, or whether we do them, they get a bit messed up and then we fix them anyway with our normal grading. But if we see there's major damage, they come in and do it themselves, or they are major damage to the extent that they have to bring machinery and so on. There was a point where we had, where we were concerned and the grader was available. And that's the small and western side where the grader was available and the grade immediately after grader. So we do take into consideration that the roads need maintenance anyway, and delay it slightly to incorporate.
Any further questions? Very few council council members who are in the district, I think, staff will also getting better at state managing administrators. Questions. Any further questions or points?
I think it's good that the Waihi school can benefit from this.
It's good, yeah. Okay, we have the staff recommendations listed below. One through 11.
I'll move.
Councillor Jeffries, and Councillor Ferguson, all in favour?
Aye.
Gary, thank you. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. And thanks, Marilyn. Moving on to item 77, Mountain View Pump Station pump replacement. Did we hear it?
I was actually
Okay. One is a big one. Oh my gosh. Thank you. Welcome, Mark. Good afternoon. Oh, perfect. Oh, well done. Thank you. Good afternoon, everybody. I'll take it that everybody's read my report on the pump station. I think that the first thing I've just been reviewing this, and I've just noticed, I I've got in there $45,000 in recommendation for exchange. So I didn't want us to think that, but, so as I've sort of detailed in there, we started some sort of maintenance issues, maintenance work on the pump station during the year. Pump there, flow on to a bigger project. So, it's a good recommendation of the upgrade to the pump station. Part of this, mountain view, well, pump station, well, future. I won't go through the entire report unless you want me to read it all out, but I think it's probably easier if anyone's got questions. As much as I'd love to talk about pumps. I just like to say it's on the report and give this wrong. Yes, yeah, that would be a good analogy. And going on that direction, or are there any other areas of exposure in Oklahoma that could drive some of the No, I'm quite confident. Ricardo has done a lot of work in updating a lot of our infrastructure, pump-wise, pump stations over the last few years. This would probably be one of the few outliers. So we've got a real good system now, trying to keep with the same system, same style of pumps. We know exactly that this pump is actually used over here. We've actually got a real good. This found to be one of the few outliers. So you put me on the spot now. I don't know of any others like this.
So is that politely saying that it was forgotten?
I wouldn't answer that. I think, as I've sort of worded it, well, I wouldn't say it's forgotten about. I think it maybe one person thought it was someone, I might thought someone else got overlooked. Yeah. So I don't want to push blame to anybody here. So yeah, I think the beauty of it is we've actually identified something. Yeah, I think from what I've read from the report, it's all self-explanatory. We want this to be working in function of capacity going forward, then this is the only option.
From a firefighter perspective, it makes a lot of sense to go with your option 3. That's a concern. Perhaps we haven't had the firefighting coverage that we needed in that area perhaps previously. So this will reduce that.
So make a recommendation. Yeah. Do I just make an adjustment to that? Yeah. So council approved the, it's recommended the council approve the unbudgeted capital expenditure of $46,000 to upgrade the mountain view pump station to 3, and then the report and the cost allocated. You justify something. Recommended. Councillor Johnson, second Councillor Chris, all in favour?
Aye.
Thanks very much. Moving on to item 78, racial emission standards. I think for the next council meeting, you're going to do this one.
Yeah, so this was discussed with council workshop with it last Tuesday, and so really it's just putting discussion into a recommendation. So in summary, we've pushed the penalty date for the 2 instalments out a month, and so just in line with Christensen's recommendation at the workshop. So we'll still send those invoices out at the same time. Yeah, so they'll go out in July. And yeah, or mid-July. Yeah, and then in mid-December. But So effectively, the people get them at the same time, but the penalty dates are similar enough. And then, and the penalty dates, the penalty percentage will be reduced from 10% to 5%. And then also with the arrears penalty, we just push back the date that we apply that by a month, and we again reduce the percentage from 10% to 5%. So we do adopt our drug ending plan at the council meeting the 25th. As part of that, we adopt the RATS resolution as a separate report. And so these recommendations will be just one part of that RATS resolution.
Yeah. They go out in mid-July. Mid-July is still just,
the penalty date would normally be the 28th of August, but the penalty date will be
yeah,
the
got it.
14th of September. Yeah, so we normally send them out mid-July, have to be paid by the end of August. So we're still sending them out mid-July, but September.
So Grant, we currently have 4 penalty days. You have 2 penalty days for your instalments.
Yeah.
And then you have another one on the 1st of January, which is
So
all your arrears, and then another one on the 1st.
so we have in most countries, so that you have the instalment penalty and you have arrears penalty. So the instalment penalty is just 10% on that instalment or whatever hasn't been paid on that instalment as at that date. Whereas the arrears penalty is the balance set at 1 July, your opening balance. And so if we apply that, normally we apply that 1 July 10% on the outstanding arrears. But so what we're doing here is that we're not applying it 1st of August, so that would mean it's the outstanding arrears leasing payments that have been made in the month of July, and the same with the January and February one. When we apply on the 1st of January, it's still applied as if the arrears at the 1st of July, but with any debt, payments go against the oldest debt first. So that's just how that debt fees. And so then with your opening arrears balance would be leasing payments that have been made in the previous month.
So we've always had that one, January.
Yeah. Sometimes over the last 20 years we might have forgotten to apply, but it's always been there. Sometimes it's just maybe the one.
Yeah.
I mean, it's something that council may want to consider. When you go through our revenue financing policy and fine tuning some of those things. I mean, we don't have to apply to do it for things. It's just being started.
Well, I'm certainly like to have some discussion. Anyway.
But generally, that arrears penalty is generally when we're having discussions with ratepayers that we've got an arrears problem. We've got the power to remit those penalties, and so if they enter into a payment arrangement that's going to satisfy both parties, we can remit all of those penalties. Often what happens is it's like credit card interest. You pay interest on interest, and so if someone's got a long-standing arrears problem, when you're applying a arrears penalty, they need to get it, and sometimes the arrears penalty is actually what the current rates are.
That's different, isn't it?
Yeah.
Not actually paying 10%.
No, because 10% of 10%.
10% and 10%.
So
It sort of goes up.
I guess just before we pass this resolution, with the council start to pursue any other areas of the league. We've got affected parties. One that we were considering, and all of the councils have put something in place here is around where council have leasehold buildings where they're leasing to another party that are running a business. Whereas there's been loss of income. but there are two or three, you know, that we have a trade in that lockdown period. And so what some councils have done is put through a period of 3 months, where they're giving them a rent holiday, a period of trade. So the council would like to start to come back with something along those lines.
That would be useful, because I was going to ask if the likes of say the council sports fund and the banking fund, if we have trade for
Yeah.
say 3 months.
Yeah.
Are they able to come back and ask for?
Yeah, and that will be covered in this policy. And the one I looked at, I think, was Walker Town. So they actually put together a really good so you can make application, you know, and then say, you know, you lost this revenue through this deal and trust.
You know, I think it would be a good idea to run on, see if this is the ideal time to see what other areas, put out there for the best on this country. But so,
That's included in what you requiring.
Yeah.
so that would come back to July, I think.
Yeah, I could try and do it for the next.
Would it be sufficient in a public forum that we've asked for it? And that will be an opportunity.
I just. And we've already had questions from some parties, you know, so I think it's, and like, what my reply was, well, you know, either day, if I have to go get authority to write that off, so it's, some sort of policy about it.
Anytime, E3,
No, I just want to say thank you, Grant, for the work you put into that, and Brendan too, and I'm happy to move with
Councillor Christensen, all in favour? Aye. Moving on to item 79, original Corporate Lawsuits. Someone's report, that'd be like. Thank you, Richard. As you know, this is just a quarterly report outlining how we've been going through the district for the past 3 months. And I think we've read, I think I can just maybe touch on a few of things. Obviously, starting with on the 22nd of March, the fire service in an early lockdown, which meant that things changed as we knew it pretty quickly, and I think within 3 days fire lockdown in the whole country. So I just wish that I already said in my report this one how I'm proud of my team what they did in lockdown. Each of them having to leave their own bubble daily to maintain a water construction plan. Great. Very job well done. The downside obviously is we might struggle with a bit of again, it's really hard in that lockdown. I'll touch on a couple of other things in there about some new software we're getting, which we've been trying for the last 6 months. We're pretty excited about how that's going to give us some live information. I've put a couple of little graphs in there to show you stuff that we have to do every day. In the past, it's taken several hours to be able to pull a graph of next to and to be able to data to sort of see where we're at. Now we're getting data every morning. For us going in the future, we're just in the software. Next 12 months, quite interesting as that rolls out. The carbon trial it went, and we've actually stopped it now, but it was went really well. We're going to redo it again in the next summer month. We'll probably introduce it a bit earlier to see how that goes. The figures around the trial cost approximately about $3,000-4,000. I think we're in the face of $100,000 permanent system, but on the face it looked like it worked really well. So I think the next trial will time to tell. the Mountain View pump station. I had an interesting phone call right to brought off the first day of lockdown. With some scheduled work, so that'll. The wastewater treatment program trial is going really well. We should see the partial survey to see how things have tracked over the last 4 months. Now into the maintenance, we won't see a lot of change. But, we're watching them with enthusiasm. And just jumping into community facilities, I assume you've all noticed the railway station has been painted. And we've got some new gardening in there, which looks really good. Jared's working really hard in that area. A couple of tenders have gone out during lockdown. Section public toilet gardening will be evaluated this time. Into Carpia, a Carpia museum is getting good, much needed revitalisation. I understand the painters are not far away. The building is new.
Yes, I went down and had it yesterday, Mark, and they had the young apprentice up on the ladder with a paintbrush, practically painting new weather walls. It was literally cold, but it was time to beat. But anyway, the builder was saying that every time they take a paint off, they find another issue. So it's a lot of piece of string, I think. But, have you got any idea what that job's likely to cost at this stage?
I spoke with Jared the other day, and he's quite confident in the budget. What must be allowed a budget is about 70,000. I'm not sure exactly where we are. But yeah, he's confident.
Well, the work they're doing is pretty good. It's one of the remaining historic buildings in Canada. Needs protection.
Yeah, there's a lot. I mean, there's a lot of building activity.
Yeah, I was just kind of commenting on the medical center. The relations that are going on there. There appears to be some utility and the relations in front of them from the section of the community. But from what I understand, it appears to stem mainly from selected information that's been provided to the community. That seems to be an ongoing communication issue. It's certainly an issue in Norris and Wood, just trying to certain things, if you like, a lot of questions that were being asked of community members and saying what's going on, and sort of shrugging shoulders and saying we don't know about it. I seem to remember Roger putting up a report some time back, which was very good and was very, very useful. But it was the only one I think we saw. But I just wondered whether is that something that we could perhaps fight enough on? I mean, obviously we're not going to let the community know about everything, but perhaps things like some significant projects like the museum, center that it might be useful just to give them a heads up.
We've definitely discussed that. We've sort of arrived at it. We need to whether it be email. Yeah. And we have been trying to get getting something out there on what we might think might be suitable.
Yeah, well, I guess, one of the frustrations that Ken Riggs expressed to me was that that it's embarrassing for the board members to be asked what's going on in the community and have no idea. So,
At any time, any member of the board could be polite and say, I don't know, but I will find out for you. And I point out that a lot of the conversations about one episode which has happened in where we were getting very contact with people in November, and then nothing since because of the beyond our control. So I think the fair start that things have been going
Yeah, and just a couple of other things that after walk, things completed, painted, and finally, a little bit in there about solid waste. Now over COVID-19, a special thanks to EnviroWest as well, and how they work with us for that period. Thanks, mate. It's good to hear that they were that's good. Some things here. I think what's come from here is and the
I'm pleased that you found where water is going just supply. You can. I'm interested to know why the farmers on that scheme are being having to pay to use the water for backwash when the water that is used for the backwash, I understand, goes back into the creek further down. But there's actually no loss of water.
I don't know if they're paying for the backwash water. I suppose they're paying ultimately paying for the running of the scheme and part of that backwash.
Which uses a lot of water, and that is why we were alarmed about.
So we don't get credit under our scheme. We don't get credit for putting water back to the stream. So once we pull it out, that's our pay. So we put say we put 400 meters back, it's still use that. I think that's right.
Well, it's quite a new setup now, isn't it? New backwashes.
Yeah, I'm not sure about the technical setup, but I know the resource is set up. What you take is what you take. Once it leaves the river, you'll use it. You put the portion back, you don't get credit for that.
They're claiming for the water, but they're just further down. I said I would ask, and I think that worth knowing what the actual cost for the farmers is for because of the increase of the backwashing because the backwashing law.
Yeah, well, the users only pay what goes through the thing. So they don't actually pay for the backwash. I understand, but the scheme has obviously paid for that.
Yes, well, therefore that must be there to see up in the real place. But they are paying. Sorry?
Obviously, they're not paying for the water traffic, they're paying for the water used, through the maintenance and operation of the whole scheme. So yes, it does.
An additional cost.
So there's the pumping cost, there's a treatment cost, there's also the other costs that are related to the
Well, it's contingent enough to cover them. Is it like it's
It's no different to,
yeah, but it's quite, this is actually quite a significant amount. Think about what it's and just they, some of the farmers in the area saying that some of the farm creeks have dried up and stuff. It's not that any of the streams that are involved in the stream that they have creeks drying up to show the extent of
Yeah, I'll agree. I visited Victoria intake last week.
And I don't know whether this was part of your report was about, testing for car restraints, police force.
No, that might be.
Yeah.
Oh,
sorry.
Is there anything further on the motion?
Just one other item, Mark, under your heading report, you talk about your capital projects. There's no funding issues associated with that, to carry those over into another financial year.
Yeah, bring worship. So Roger and I have had a chat about this. And no, I won't be surprising elected members of the same page carry forward report in the capital project area. Roger has undertaken to work with his team to get me something for the July meeting. And I will present that to you in terms of the state of play and how we're looking, so that we have an early heads up on what might need to be carried forward or not. So I understand that work is underway in both areas.
Good, thank you.
I'm not sure that you have been notified, Mark, that the farmers are having a meeting on their own, on their own, to deal with some political issues.
No, I'm aware of probably what it's about. But you guys know.
They're having to have a meeting, and they said they just wanted to have it on their own.
I think that it was actually one of my issues early on. Probably do it again in the same room. So it's good to
If you can get them in the same room.
Thank you, Matt. We have the recommendation that the information presented to Council Mr. Corker received. Councillor Williams, second Councillor Williams in favour. Councillor moving on to item 80, which is the recommendation of the voting will be
Worship, to you, trusted the report was read. I think we should highlight obviously buzzword is COVID-19, for scheduled maintenance involved. But we did run a service on there was any major issues, and we would take care of those through our contract environment. Ceiling was top. Really regrettable that it was, that it happened at the time that it did. And they were due on the 23rd of March, fully into total lockdown. So that work will now commence in the next construction season. That is now the end of that particular contract. By the new contract closes. So for the next financial year, there will be two contracts running. One to finish off the old contract and one to the new contract. Football construction, the last of that had happened. Two driveways there. Lockdown and it worked out quite well. Peer drive, that was the lockdown actually helped us in that. I could really spend time with TVL, and they also went into lockdown, so communications were a little bit of an issue. But I managed to get all the grant applications in for the existing group. So hopefully once that is now, that goes through the existing services and they grant us permission to have those two property under the bridge. We will be able to proceed. There is a cost to this, which will be added to the contract. There is also an annual cost for any services that are in the property. So we'll have to do that. Bridge painting contract is completed, and we've had some very good reports from the investigative investment advisor for this area that looks very good. Lots of people have commented on how much the bridges look. The bulk metering contract has started early, and that was to simulate the economy pretty much after lockdown. Otorohanga, it was one of those unfortunate situations that they were about probably 2 weeks away, from healing it, and then COVID-19 lockdown happened, and we had to fall off on that, and now still waiting to call the first season. That Dragon Road was one of those success stories, and it was a fantastic from that to do that road within the budget and program. Really very good road for to pay for, so kudos to Implement for doing so. Fantastic. General road matters, which we managed to secure some funding for roads by trees that are a nuisance to the students who are engaged Implement to do that. Maintaining staff, as well as employing staff to do that for us. So the troublesome trees on the road, for those who know those areas, close to trees that are too dangerous. I just are looking good overall, but they are under and over. Any questions?
Is it easy today, my fancy, but it's announcements and then the new one, what we've done?
I think we're showing them up. We're slowly winning the war with them. They did replace the farm for the farm. So that's good.
So you, Andre, some of your general writing matters, the removal of large trees. They are actually removing them, not the pruning.
In a lot of cases, they're actually cutting more completely and probably not touching it, but they will still be cut.
Right.
In some cases, some of them will be trimmed where they're not a danger. So it's a combination.
Yeah, well, I'm thinking in particular about what
Yes.
they're planning to be taken all of the pruning.
In relation to Carl's threat,
Next question is there's no further questions of us. I'll wait for the speak to the.
Andreas, I guess I'll just, I can just quickly go through. With COVID, it's sort of put a whole reset in place. With that, like that. Yeah, things just that. With the success books, pretty much finished this year. We've been kind of looking at doing 8 that sort of come out about 4. It's got 5 years up to Christmas. So the physical one didn't happen, but we did do a lot of that. With the intensive driving course, we've been trying to get them happening every couple of months. The April one hoping to July, with the strength leading up to the COVID, we have done quite a few restraint checks in the town, and we're getting quite good results. At the moment, our restraint check commission is lost contract, so we can bring installing as we speak, so hopefully in a week or two we may start doing more restraint. These are child restraint. The police are out there doing Driver refresher courses, for the senior. Just like the day before lockdown, I gave a talk to the Lions Club, which actually went down really, really well. So I think we've got quite a few people that driver refresher course, roadside message boards, the things got in and out. We've got a couple of extra cut-out children that we're going to be putting up in Nui Road. And youth program is of course, slowing up down. We didn't have it all during COVID, but there was really good anyway, well exceeding numbers. The issue we sort of seem to be having with the youth driver program is that the issue of where these kids are sitting their license, which has seems a little bit inappropriate until you comments coming through. So we might look into trying to get a more appropriate space together for them to sit their license. It's done very publicly. Kids that are having trouble, with reading and reader writers, but we don't have in the public. And yeah, so we're looking at resolving that issue. Okay, well, speed management has been put on hold. At the moment, government is looking at how they're going to approach this, and until we hear back from them, we will need to wait and see.
Councillor Foster, I think we're
I noticed you do courage strength check at, is it only some childcare facilities, not at play centres?
All of it. So the last year we've only been doing it outside of Countdown and the car park. And so all of the preschools and primary schools have been outside, so they know that it's coming up. We're working on a program where we can go into the preschools and deliver it to the workers and the parents that would like to come in as well. So that should start next year.
Well, so there are heaters that are really nice, placing up here. Over 30 children a day, 2 days a week. And I think you might be surprised because this is happening. Not happening.
But that's a good spot.
Yeah, there's plenty of room there too. And I don't think play centres actually sort of getting those checks happening. So, once you look at little children pushed into cars, there's no facilities even making them. Yeah.
Any further questions? Andreas? Very much. We believe the salary recommendation will be received. We have received the council person, council. All in favour? Aye. I'll just move that we adjourn the finance. Before going to our last agenda item, council update. So, sorry, Andrew.
One way, first of all,
Okay.
Are you coming back?
5 minutes, councillor.
Are you coming back?
no, Phil's doing the door. I'm just taking the chair. That what?
to item 81, routine building control report, January to March. Oh,
Thank you. A pretty brief report really, but just giving you a bit of an update on some of the stuff that's occurred in this COVID period. So part of this report does run into that COVID period, but it's really a quarterly report for January to March this year. I guess some of the more interesting things. First quarter, the value of works certainly up, and that's probably mainly general due to the work out at Otorohanga Prison, which is really ramping up. So we're starting to get into the sharp end of that work now, and some of the bigger fit out work and construction work occurring. So a lot of it's above ground. I know you guys can see it on news on opportunity to visit the spot, and I'm sure it'll come up again. So something to look forward to. we're aware of some of the issues that these big construction projects have when they start ramping up, particularly around the sheer volume of work and the things that are all happening at once out there. I don't know how many staff there are on site there, but there's an awful lot of them. And so we've put a person in place, consultant who's been working with us on doing the consenting work for that for the prison site since day one. And he's in place now, he's been in place for a week, and he's probably out there for another few weeks. And his role is really to facilitate getting the consent across the line as quickly as possible, so that there's no hold-ups for those guys out there, because once you start getting into hold-ups at this level of construction, it becomes very expensive for everybody. So that's worked well on other big projects that I've worked with, and I think it's turning out. I guess the next stage of that is that towards the end, when we're starting to get to total compliance to the completion, that's when things start to go wrong as well, and we will have a bigger presence on the site in terms of inspection demands on us. So we're aware of that, and we'll work towards that. So really, it's really about facilitating them getting across the line and completing the project on time. That's what we're about. There's a few other things on there, but it's probably the key thing. During the COVID period, we during the first few weeks in level 4, we were still doing a lot of consenting, so the consenting work was still coming in. And I think people were taking the opportunity to apply for their building consent through that stage, because there wasn't much else they could do. They couldn't work on the building site. So they were sort of closed down. Once we got back into level 3, really quickly, we were back into doing our inspection work and doing everything else that we do. And so there wasn't really a lot of downtime for us. We were pretty busy throughout the whole COVID period. So that was quite pleasing for us, for our little team. And other than that, really, I'm happy to answer any questions. Yes.
Not in the report, but pre-COVID, how did the inspections go? Was the overall compliance rate good? Did you
Well, starting from the overall compliance, I guess the compliance wasn't great, but that's not unexpected. You know, things go wrong, gates stop working, or something breaks, and people just take it around the fix. I think that's part of why the government has taken this line of regular inspection, because that's exactly what happens at a time things deteriorate. So the level of compliance really wasn't that great, but the level of response to that kind of compliance was really good across the level. So, you know, I think it was really good. I think we would have had, I know we had a different result in Hamilton and maybe a totally different response to some of the people walking on the site there. A few people concerned that inspectors turned up when they weren't there and things like that, but you know, it's pretty good. So,
everyone would have rectified from personal experience, the facility that I was familiar with. I think in the summertime, people are really aware of people around in the winter time when there's just a little bit of
absolutely. So we achieved the desired result, I guess, in getting right around the region. Inspecting every pool that we could find, and then there are a few out there that we missed.
I was just going to further to Paul's comment on what period. Brendan and I had a meeting with corrections over the lockdown just regarding rates. So it's really just a heads up to council that they'll probably come to us at some stage, and it's probably a discussion we need to have part of our long-term plan, developing our revenue plans and policies. So the construction years are probably, we probably wouldn't be rating them until 2022. You know, yeah, could be 22, 23, but yeah, but that they'll certainly be looking for some sort of differential here with the cost of the value of the finished goods. So I think in the meantime, I've said to them, we'll do just a little bit of due diligence around some of the other prisons in the country, particularly the likes of Springhill and Waikato, which has just been finished, to see what sort of additional alternatives and stuff. Bearing in mind that we don't provide a bit of a road any services at all to Waikato. A lot of rates are tax. If we were to rate them fully on the net value, we could be looking at 300,000 or 400,000.
So, in our recent discussions, we were looking at the completion date of 22/22, so they're still aiming to complete it by that day. So I guess they're planning to catch up.
Through you, your worship, it just made me to maybe consider that earlier, because the prison are going to start receiving, because they've considered these things horizontal, not vertical. So we're going to start receiving, they're going to start receiving post-bites for completed work. So quotable value might start issuing a new valuation on that area within the hero side of stuff.
Yeah, like the discussion that we had about a few weeks ago, well, because I guess their concern was that the value, the consented value is going to be quite different, particularly the racial value, the quite value. So, the quotable value we use, that they have like expert values, that they use for value in specialist types of utilities or prisons, power stations, that sort of thing. So it could be quite different. So until we get that figure, we can't even really put a prediction on what the likely rating impact would be. And so when you add something like that significant value onto your total capital value, it has the effect of reducing the rate of the dollar for everything else as well, so it's not just adding it onto the top, so it would be quite significant.
So you consider that as something we can expect for.
Oh, absolutely, yeah, like it's and we would have to like our revenue plans, we actually consult on that as well, public policy.
Who are you rating? The contractor or the
government?
Don't take away from what to do.
I've spoken with, your worship, no, I've spoken to the chief, what is the district council, they rate fully for them because it's government and why we actually. You may be a good rate, there's plenty of government land that isn't rateable, dock estates, etc. And so, some councils have taken a hard line that it's not a big service, but, it's growing big.
It is a tax, although there's been quite a bit of case history around rating those, so we just got to take it into account, particularly like hybrid and this sort of thing. We had a ridiculous situation here, like when I first started with the Waikato Dam, and half of the Waikato dams in South Waikato, and half of it's in Otorohanga. We just changed to capital value rating in South Waikato, just got on land value rating. Half of it's in what do you look now? We're paying $600 and our half we're paying about 20,000. So you just get ridiculous situations like that. It's like you've got to
Phil, just a couple of quick questions. The change to the relaxation from the Building Act, but now means you don't have to get the building consent for works up to a certain date.
Schedule 1 of the Building Act is being tweaked up and digest to allow for more exemptions based on certain buildings and the type of building, type of building. But that doesn't kick in until after August.
Okay.
So
you don't see that as any significant issue for us?
We don't necessarily understand what the impact could be right now, have some impact on what we do and how we do it. However, the feeling in doing we have a cluster group across the Waikato, and some of the research we've done, some of the canvassing or some of their regular customers, for example, the people that build the buildings like farm buildings in our district. I've talked to 3 different companies now, and there's no sort of want from them to actually recommend to their clients that they circumvent the consent process, because for them it means they're holding the baby, so to speak. They end up carrying anything that goes wrong, they carry the whole thing. Whereas we issue a code compliance certificate, there's some backup, and you always have a crack at the council, because they are there, they're a big entity. So it'll be interesting to see how it turns out, but quite frankly, I don't know exactly what the impact that's going to have on us. It may be minimal, I think, at the beginning, but who knows.
Certainly won't affect too much the level of fees that we attract through that process. I think, as I say, it's too early to tell.
Yeah. And we don't know exactly what is going to go through in the resolution of this week.
Yeah,
fair idea.
good question. I was just going to ask. Just get a quick. What's happening with the dairy company? Is that still on place? When do they actually start? Or they start?
The 3-year vision. So they've got a consent condition that they have to submit a number of activity management plans 3 months before they get installed in the site. So we've got none of those, although they keep telling us that they are coming. They are currently trying to work through and finalise property acquisition for the properties on the opposite side of Redlands Road. And, I think they have to go through the other cities. There's a lot of process for that. There's a number of things that I suppose that they're probably juggling with things now. Just while I've got the floor, so you will have noticed the activity over at the food company site here. So Nigel was always keen, but very proud of the work they're doing over there. So you can see that an invitation to the council for walk around the site. The roof's going to go on shortly, and walls. So yeah.
Ranger improvement.
Yes, so what I'm saying here is that part that's there, the flag and the roof, that's all going to get fully encased in part of the product that we moved into there, and then once they're established on that part of the site, the old fertilizer store comes down and as much again, and those pieces will come right across to where the existing office and little way areas that will kind of stay in the new warehouse will extend all the way across.
Any questions with not, we have the staff recommendation that we will try activity report for the first quarter of 2020. We have Councillor Jeffries, second Councillor Johnson, all in favour. Aye. Thank you. Thanks guys, thanks Phil. Look forward to seeing what happens over the next few months now. Yeah. Okay, moving on. So I made moving on to Councillor update. Shall we start with Councillor Johnson?
Yeah. But just there's like a really thing that just taking in the performance review preliminary and do a bit of reading there. Just to be coming to that, a little bit of time for reading through all that. And but anyway, just from today, lots of positive stuff this morning in the workshop, and we really, in terms of economic stimulus, I think we've achieved a lot today. The Kiwi House has had a bit of a tick, the BD Homes has a bit of a tick, and so I think we're on a bit of a roll, and we'll just have to carry on doing this through this post-COVID time. I'm interested in the economic stimulus
fund, coming up. So, that'll be even, we can do something more that really, like, difficult times, but also exciting times. Fortunately.
Joint committee from Zoom meeting last Monday. What we do series of feedback from the office. I think it was called down.
It was, yeah.
During the course of COVID by advice on how they were doing. We were asked to approve 3 business cases that are coming up for the way the regional council budget, my LPC budget, next year on language rates increase for regional council rates in the 3 items in level of service public warning and responder notification, capability development, including professional development, training and exercise, and community resilience. That's not really free, but the capability and education I would say don't be as daunted as what Roy is suggesting. It's a full document, but it gives you all the tools you need when you're reading through that. It's got plenty of guidance and I think that's our shared job description and it will give you evidence of how comprehensive it is. and also keeping in mind that yes, part of the discussion yesterday was that it's a good base level to this and that we won't necessarily be going into that much detail every year. Nothing really. I've just got one question. With the consultation, the building engagement that are coming on when you talked about having a concept, a district concept plan of a concept. I'm just wondering how that's going to get pulled together before mid-July. Like, when we be taking ownership, will we be having the workshop with staff that are going to pull this together, or have they read our minds this morning? Because it was yeah. Very worship, I don't know. Yeah, sorry, I haven't had a chance to face with Ross and Miss Graham as well.
Good question, because I like it.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I'll catch up with Ross tomorrow, and then he was pretty amped when he left this morning, so I imagine he probably put something together already. So from that council, but because I mean, it was a pretty broad idea.
Yeah.
So
even if it was like an email trail between us, or with mood boards, or pin boards, or ideas of
You see, it's big picture stuff.
Yeah.
And you're in basket.
No, the ones in the main street really need to come down, but we're waiting for our beautiful ones at the college out front. So it was the fastest planting ever, in the year. So we're just waiting for probably another week away. We're going to get them up. But the ones in the main street do look not very good.
I was worried about it. I was looking
Yours are the ones that are planted well now.
No, we got rid of it.
Yeah, but no, amazing
Tourism.
Yeah, not too much. Good meeting, good morning. But there's been a couple of mentions in Martin Ford's mentioned that this cycle bank are coming to Otorohanga. Has there been something through here before?
No, it's been discussed in this contemporary brains trust, so to speak, which is the collaborative working group between representatives from the district and Southern Data Nation collectively. And at this stage, they've made no approaches to either council or trust or anything. At this stage, what we suggest real feasibility study. Feasibility at the moment, because I mean, today's prime example to you COVID-19 cases. I don't know what the direction is here in terms of where all this go. I think it's kind of a consequence of that. You can do due diligence on something. I think that if you recommend it, you have to see what the implications were in CTA, farm crossings, etc. So, but
I think every go-to family, and I think every family in about one is in a place in a long
so I will say that the PGF is no advertising. So,
yeah, very we should probably not keep the great life investment and they find not funding cycle trails through other government funding. But yeah, my last contact with Brian Hanna was that he would just keep us in the loop. I just made the offer that we're here. If they need anything from us, then come and just contact me straight away. So yeah, that's where
Councillor Foss.
You talked about college this morning and you raised the Carpio, future of the establishment of the because changing the name of the college to something like that would be quite significant.
Change it from a lorry name
Okay. Oh, I would have to do it more than that. It's been talked about on the news today in the training for doctors. When they're looking at reducing the amount of time spent on mental health and women's health. But what really interested me was the situation that Otorohanga had a couple of years ago now, with in relation to mental health issues. A few years ago. And what came out pretty strongly about that was the core skill base of GPs and with mental health. And I think that it's good the letter to the medical, the Otago Medical Board to back that up and how so important to ensure that our GPs have good basic knowledge around mental health.
but no, projects we talk about also have to do in the city of so it can be a bit of an impact on what's happening with this.
Okay. That is basically just around the training of doctors. And I just think that it's such a lot of things to do to reducing the training for training doctors in mental health. Because it's been such a poorly developed situation in the past. We have a hero in Tolly Road, and she's been on TV several times. I'm not sure which one of the major conventions. I think her name is Rachel. Just Rachel. I think it was a really nice producer with a nice little list on the media. congratulate her and, is it BMX or is it mountain bike?
No, she's mountain bike. She's on like a factory chain in the US.
Yeah, but she's doing extremely well.
Yeah, she was back at it summer break. In fact, she comes by racing bike opportunity to train over the summer period, but partner for her at Tokyo. And yeah, but now she's like world rank.
She's developed her skill riding on a farm in Otorohanga. So get to where she wants to ride. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
And last meeting, we had a conversation about hardship grants. Is that going to happen? Near.
Yeah. It's sort of it's still developing, you know, and that's what sort of future council before about looking at council leases, but we've set up sort of with the rates relief, we've moved Teresa, who was managing customer services, she's in an office on her own, and so she's kind of I guess be the first point of call, but in the first instance, we're sort of looking at depending on what the you know, whether it's rates or whatever it is, you know, we're sort of working with people around like extending the you know, payment arrangement or just sort of working, you know, to see what's going to best fit for them. You know, but it's quite difficult because every case is just a little bit different. You know? It's kind of hard to get some policy over that's going to be the same for everybody.
Well, I have raised the discussion with a couple of people who had a lot to do with the other couple, and to see if they think that there are some issues. Yeah. And apparently there are some issues.
Yeah.
And one example was people share milking for one of those big corporate farms out there, right? And the suggestion was made to them all, why don't you talk to their owner?
Yeah.
And the response was the owner is a Queen Street farmer.
Yeah.
And really has no idea about anything of the reality of young people trying to make it work, living where we're doing this sort of thing. So I just get a sense that there may be some people.
Yeah, I'm sure. We've got the power to remit rates under financial hardship. Yeah. Then there's other, you know, there's other.
They may not necessarily, that's why I asked the questions, they may be rate cards only. These people may not be rate cards, but there's certain people who are struggling to make ends meet. Thank you.
Councillor Jeffries.
Worship, I attended the, the AFT Incorporated annual meeting on the 31st of May. Had attendance there. There were three main issues that came out of that meeting. So I've got a community patrol going there, and I've got CCTV cameras that are operating now. And when Carfield had a patrol run, if you remember, through the Carfield wall, we used to get about $500 a year grant from the council to the Carfield patrol. I suggested to the AFT one that perhaps if they went through the Carfield community board through George, that maybe they could find the council.
It's like the beach patrol.
No, it's the community patrol. The one that does the rounds.
Rubbish.
No, it was almost like a security thing. Anyway, so that might come up at the, the next board meeting, I don't know. Apparently there's a whole lot of planning going on, shortly. Stacey Hill from Regional Council is here. And they also planned a fence off, part of the walkway to prevent bikes from entering the urban areas along that walkway. Apparently the walkway is very badly eroded and like they had an extraordinary storm event and they may need to close off part of that walkway. They haven't put warning signs and tapes up to keep people away from the area. So I'm just wondering whether it's appropriate next time to start with some of that, they have a look to see whether it's an issue, safety issue, health and safety.
Sorry, we're talking about.
The walkway, you know, you come to AFT, the walkway goes off to your left, takes you out to the hills. That's private land. Private land, is it all fair? Yes, forest. Okay, that's fine. And then they raised the issue of the consent for seawall, which they thought expired in about 2 or 3 years. And 23, okay. But I suggested that they get on the board, talk through the issues that they might have around it. So it's a dual consent. Yeah, I think they've seen that out, costs associated with that. The only other one, was last week I went to the working party that's looking at these cross-boundary promotion of tourist-related businesses and opportunities post-COVID. That's the one that's chaired by Brian Henner. Ross Dockery and Tom Oakey came with me to that meeting. And they had good input from the ODBB, Kiwi House, Sue, the Waitomo news editor, who's no longer in that particular position, as I understand. And they had a number of other tourist operators based on the and so there's a progress report to follow on that. And the only other thing was on the 27th of this month, it's the annual meeting of the sports club. But we're talking about having potluck lunch for the sports club to acknowledge and thank essential and emergency workers, in particular the local businesses who supported the community during the lockdown. So I just make that point that if anyone is in the area and wants to come along, you'd be very welcome. I thought that was a nice thing to be happening. That was it. Thank you.
Any further councillors? The security patrol in Otorohanga. We got someone doing it? Yeah.
The part of those contractors that he had someone install them, because he used to do it by himself, but then they do a contract. Yeah. So I would assume they were doing it. Yeah. But maybe that's his giving Eric a call, follow that up.
Thank you, councillors. Thank you for a very good day. We've obviously got CE time.
But wait,
It's a great meeting.
If we got the meeting on Friday,